Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is Naz.
And I'm Ronnie.
And we are New Girls on the Block. This week, we're going to be talking about something kind of juicy. Well, we always be talking about something juicy, but this one's going to be more about like marriage and boundaries within a marriage and infidelity, just stuff that's been going on in social media with some people through the week, and just our take on it, especially like from me being married, from you
being not married,
potentially, but just ideas of marriage and what we feel like are the boundaries and are the restrictions, and how some people are having people look at her crazy out in these streets. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. But first things first, how was your week?
My week has been good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, work was regular. Didn't put too much into it. It just floated. Did what I had to do. Yeah. My weekend has been good. I went to go see the Little Mermaid.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I didn't even know. How was it?
It was great. Really? I liked it a lot. I feel like I've already been seeing reviews, and I feel like it's like they're hating. Yeah. But I really liked it. They added new music, and The Little Mermaid is like one of my favorite Disney movies. Yeah. So I was just singing along. It was like my inner child came out. Like, Hallie looks so beautiful. And I was just watching, like, they were so pressed about her being the Little Mermaid, but who was gonna sing these songs better? She literally embodied her, and like, she just like, I don't know, like, she did what she had to do. I feel like she carried that movie, like. Yeah. And I like how, like, if you see it, I'm not gonna give too much away, but it's like set in the Caribbean almost. So it's so colorful, it's so beautiful, and it makes sense. Like,
I was just about to say
it just everything just makes sense. Like, I just really liked it, and I just felt like there were some things that, of course, they can't capture everything like a cartoon does. But for the most part, I feel like it was good. I feel like they're gonna try to give Ursula a backstory, because I liked her character. I feel like they could have did more, but I see them being able to do more if they give her own movie. Yeah. I was laughing at her parts, and I like some of the new music. Prince Eric, like, that was like I liked him, but I don't know if Holly just did so good that she like made everybody else like just look like
basic.
Yeah, like, it was giving basic. It was giving they needed her this whole time. She just looked so beautiful, and I was just happy just to see like so many young Black girls going to see it. And it was just like so inspirational. Like, I'm happy. Like, I enjoyed it.
So for me, the only thing that I don't like about how they do live movies, like I don't like CGI. So
it was noticeable CGI.
That's what I don't like, and it kind of like threw me off a little bit. But I'm gonna see it regardless, because I know she gonna eat these songs up. Like, this girl's
her voice is like angel.
Yeah, I've seen her performing. Like, they had to record like a video of her performing at, I think, Disneyland. I was
like a couple of years ago.
No, it was she did a performance recently for this Little Mermaid song. So, and just like the girls just like looking. I was just like, it just gives me like she has a voice that's really like will bring tears to people's eyes. And I'm just
in that range. It was a point where I was just her voice is like puts you in awe. Yeah. Like, and she was able to have so much range with the songs in that movie. It was just like, I literally was like, who could have done it better? Like, I couldn't even imagine.
If you think about mermaids and what they're truly based, like sirens and stuff like that, like, literally, she's a perfect person.
Like, the siren voice, they were like, oh my god, like, you used your siren voice. Like, it was really good.
See,
like,
and nobody else could do it. I feel like she was the perfect cast. She just has like the perfect voice, and like
in real life, I feel like she gives off like princess energy. Like, she seems like a very sweet like person. Like, she's always so bubbly and like, hi guys, like I'm Holly, like
yeah, she's very.
She gets those vibes, like
definitely. And I feel like being that you said it's based in the Caribbean, most Caribbean, if y'all don't know, believe in mermaids, and most Caribbean, that would be a black person.
I follow another YouTuber and she's Haitian.
Yeah.
And she recently made a video about like mermaid, and she's like, it's not like Disney, it's like a completely different thing. But she's like, I've seen with my own eyes, like people go into the ocean, you won't hear of them or see of them for like a week or a few days. They come out and they have gold rings all over their fingers, or now they have like some kind of wisdom that's like unworldly, and they serve these people in the water, and that's just what they do out there.
And I believe
like,
it, y'all. I believe it.
Yeah, like why would she lie? And, and she's literally from Haiti, and she was like born on like I think island Lacanos, or I don't know if I'm not pronouncing it right, please forgive me.
Yeah.
But it's like an island off the coast of Haiti, and she was like, I've seen so much stuff, and people think that I'm crazy because I'm in America, but she's like, it's very much a real thing, and I believe it.
Me too. Like, don't just because it's like something you can't think or grasp. Like, why are y'all? I don't know. It's just like I hate when people just be like, no, that's impossible. Even with aliens, not even to jump in different things, but like even with like life outside of the world. Like,
if you really think about it, look at Earth and how unique our ecosystem and the animals that are on Earth, that's been on Earth, that are extinct now. They're so like unimaginable. And then you look at the ocean and the ones that we already know, it's already crazy. And to think that 90% of the ocean is literally undiscovered, it's like they're trying to discover space, but I'm pretty sure it's some crazy stuff happening in the ocean, and it's developing, and there's life in the ocean. So if life formed and started like as a little thing on Earth, why don't you think life can expand in a similar way underwater? Like we have algae and kelp that's been there for thousands of years. Just like once upon a time, it was just algae and plants and different life forms on Earth. So I don't know. I like to keep my imagination
everything needs
open.
Water to thrive if you think about it. So, period. A little clip for y'all, a little segment, but that's nice.
So that was my week. My goddaughter's birthday was yesterday. I had fun with them, and then today I just been hanging out with you.
Yeah, we had a little day so far. But with me, my week has been good. Oh, y'all, I went to Black Market Fleet and Sir performed. I wish you could have, cause girl, I was just so happy and so grateful that I even like went and even just not even just with him, because he was great, of course, and I love me some Sir, but even just like the vibe of everybody there, it just felt so good. The sun came out, it was just such a vibe. Like we was all vibing and just like having a good time. Everybody was just like in beautiful outfits. Everybody looked beautiful. Like I feel like that's where all the good looking people go.
That means I will be there next month.
Yeah, I was just like so like amazed and just like in awe. I just had a good time. Me, my sister, one of her friends, and my mom went and just had good vibes all around. I bought some like nice eucalyptus and some incense. Yeah, so that kind of like made my whole week just to, because I didn't do anything.
Just chill.
I didn't do anything major during the week, but I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. So we ended up doing that. We were supposed to go to something else. It's something called See You Soon, like a little night lounge. Girl, so them lines was so crazy. We bought our tickets and everything. We see them lines, we was like, it ain't worth it. We turned right back around. People was waiting in line in like high heels, short shorts, and I'm thinking it was just like lounge. I had on some cargos, some tennis shoes, and a puffy jacket. Like it was like, but now I'm seeing these girls, I'm like, dang, good thing.
They dressed down.
Yeah, I'm like, good thing I didn't go anyways, because I just felt like underdressed. Didn't want to stand in nobody's line for that long. Like,
that would have been the thing for me. Like,
yeah, like I'm not about to stand in nobody's line.
I don't like lines.
Me neither.
usually, like, if you're a girl and you look decent or cute, like, you could just walk up to the front and be like, oh, how long does it take? And they'll let you right in.
Yeah.
But if it was that many people, they was not letting nobody in. So, and then it was already kind of late when y'all went.
We went at midnight, and the line still, it started at 10. We went at midnight, the line's still down.
And the thing about it is, the majority of those people did not get in. I just know it. Like, when I've been, like, by the bouncers and, like, getting in, they be like, we can't even let a certain amount of people in after this time, so I don't know why they waiting.
And that's, and that's not even my style of, like, what I like to do. I'm not a person who like to, like, stay out late and go to, like, clubs or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, y'all still wanna go? And they're like, no. And I'm like, cool, take me back home. Like, I already had a headache. Like, that day was very long, and I was already feeling crazy. So I'm like, thank the Lord we could just go home because it was just too much.
It was given. I'm tired. Take me ass home.
Yeah. So overall, the week was great. That day made up for it. But and then today, of course, we had a little shopping day. We did some grocery shopping at Trader Joe's. Then we hung out, went to her house for a bit, got some stuff, and then now we're here.
Living our carefree, soft life.
Period.
I love just like not having plans and just being able to do whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
I went to 3 different grocery stores. Why? Because I can.
Yup. And she wanted the stuff she wanted.
I wanted what I wanted. I wanted my good produce from Sprouts. I wanted my snacks from Rouse. Actually, my snacks from Trader Joe's. And whatever else from Rouse. And I can. Like,
period. I love it. Because I do the same thing. Like, if I'm just like off, I'm like, okay, y'all, I have like a thing with like grocery stores. I love grocery stores.
Really?
That's like my hobby. That's what I like to do. I like to go to grocery stores and I like to find like new things and like try like all different types of grocery stores. So like, I don't know, I'm just like big on grocery shopping. So it just feels good.
I wonder, do they have like a panel, like who decides what's in grocery stores and that could taste and like do stuff like that? I feel like that would be something good for you.
I know, I should. And I was like thinking, like, cause I'm always in, I'm like, I should do like grocery reviews.
I've never even heard of that. And I feel like that would be a good idea, cause I've been wanting, like, even reviewing like the setup of the store, the customer service experience, the food, like, give me a reason to go to Whole Foods instead of Trader Joe's. Or like, giving that insight.
Yeah, new ideas coming, y'all. But
stay tuned.
For real. I just feel like overall I'm loving being in grocery stores. I feel like I just feel so like I want this. And I can just get whatever I want. So period.
You can have whatever you like.
But so that was our weeks. Now we could jump into this craziness that's been going on. The first thing we're gonna start with is, what are the boundaries within a marriage? So we've been seeing, you know your name better than me.
So we just been seeing a whole bunch of fuck shit on the timeline. These so-called married folks from the his name is Seven, the baseball player, and his crazy side chick coming for the wife. And then the girl, the NAIA, did an interview over the weekend or last week sometime last week about her marriage to Derek Jackson, I believe his name is, and just telling her side of the story. I don't know if y'all familiar, but basically they were like an influential Christian couple, goals type of Instagram couple, and their whole brand was marriage. This is the vice that you should live by to have a happy wife, a happy life. Whole time, bros cheating on her. It got deep. She said she knew the mistress's bodies better than she knew herself. She was studying them. She knew where they lived. She knew where they worked. But yet, you're still with this man. She had all this energy for these other people outside of her marriage, but stayed in a marriage for like 20 years.
Ooh, I couldn't.
And I don't know if they weren't in a public relationship that she would have left. Like, that pressure from social media and that embarrassment it hits harder when it's in front of everybody else. I feel like she would have probably took it if it was just like
in
her and him. But I just feel like it went too far. And then just to give y'all on the other couple, it's the baseball player, his wife, and the side chick. The side chick is going crazy, but I just feel like, not saying it's right from any perspective, I feel like all three of them low-key crazy. The wife crazy for staying, the husband crazy for cheating and allowing the side chick to just go crazy. And the side chick is crazy for thinking that she's gonna break up this family, like he was gonna leave his wife. It's just like everybody's delusional.
Everybody's delusional.
And it's just like, I feel like between that couple and this couple, it's just like a lack of boundaries for the relationships. It's a lack of boundaries for themselves, and it's a lack of boundaries for each other. And I just feel like when there's no boundaries, everything just goes crazy.
Yeah, because you don't have no like
limits.
Form, no limits, no form, no nothing. It's just like you're allowing this. So of course he's like, for sure, I'm gonna do whatever I want, not care, and he knows you're not gonna leave.
Yeah, so
it's no
self-respect.
No self-respect, but it's not discipline. It's no, what's that called? Punishment. It's no repercussions.
For the actions.
For the actions that he's taking, because.
And then the person's not even practicing discernment, and I just feel like, well, we're gonna get into it. So, let's start here. When you have lack of boundaries, like these people are showing, like, or let me rephrase that. What do you think are the boundaries that are in a marriage? And when do you think it's like the boundaries that you have as a couple and the boundaries you need to have for yourself?
So, I feel like it's so many boundaries, and not in a bad way, within a marriage. I feel like certain stuff that happen when you're like, in a relationship is different, and it's like, of course it's like respect within a relationship, but when you married, it's like, come on, like you have to be
it's a different level of like commitment. It's a different level of like, this is what it is. Like, and this is the respect you need to give this relationship.
Exactly. So I feel like when it becomes a marriage, it's like a bond of two people. You are married, y'all are together, so respect one another. And respect, I feel like most things need to be kind of like laid out, and you can show what you're not comfortable with. Of course, nobody comfortable with being freaking cheated on and having babies on with somebody, but I feel like littler stuff, it's like, okay, I feel like as a wife or as a husband, this is what I want out of the marriage, this is what, but if it gets like to a point where I feel like these people was probably telling their wife like, oh, I want you to be, because it seems like most of their minds was manipulated. They felt like, I don't know, it just seems weird, like their vibes was like this man was controlling, and they're trying to like still be in that, even though they were like.
So do you think they were openly, like willingly being controlled, or do you think that, because I feel like religion plays a big part in it, especially with Derek and NAIA. I feel like she was really trying to respect the vows that she took. And I feel like he had no respect for the vows that he took. Exactly. So it was like one person trying to hold on to a boundaries that they set for a couple and losing the boundaries that she had for herself, while the other one had no boundaries for himself, for her, or the relationship. So it's like she's trying to hold on to what she can, but it's really nothing to hold on to, because it was like no respect from her partner from the start. It seems like.
And that's not right. I feel like when you bring religion into stuff, and how like that's something that I cannot stand.
Because it's powerful. It's used to, it controls people on every day.
So imagine
slavery, like religion has been used to control so many different. Look at the cults that be killing themselves. Talk about Jesus about to come, like.
So I feel like
not my Jesus.
For real. I feel like when somebody is using that, like, oh God wouldn't want, and I feel like some people do that. Like, God wouldn't want us breaking up. We like a man after cheating for 5 years.
Yeah.
God wouldn't want us to. This is what. Like, are you stupid? They must be, because it's just like I feel like that's a narcissistic way of thinking too, and controlling with the power of God. Like, are y'all like? You think God will want you doing that to her? Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's where the boundaries in religion like comes crazy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not right for him to even be saying stuff, or for them, I don't know. That whole situation just seems crazy. I feel like when religion plays part in it, it gets crazy if they're trying to use that as a way to make up for what the sins that they did.
And I'm not a person, I go to church when I can, but I'm a firm believer, like, your religion lies, your relationship with God is within you.
Exactly.
And I feel like, if you're already like very steeped in like the Christian church, especially like the Christian Black Southern church, like you're already very susceptible to like a certain way of thinking. And I feel like with like certain situations, somebody could see that in you and really take advantage of that. And test your boundaries as a person in the name of Jesus Christ. And it's really sad because it's like, I do believe in God, I do believe in Jesus, and I believe a man is supposed to lead, but like I said earlier, he's not supposed to lead you to hell. Like, he's supposed to lead you to a good life, a happy life, and not everything's gonna be a-okay all of the time. But I don't think God, Jesus, or yourself or other people should want you to feel like disrespected or feel little, like, just the way she was saying that she knew all the other women better than she knew herself.
That's sad.
It's just like, girl, baby girl.
Like, do you like, not, like...
Where's the line?
When you were going through that, did that not seem crazy? I just feel like I would be like, wait, what am I doing? It would be like an epiphany, like, hold up. This feels nuts. I don't feel good. And I'm doing this over a man who's gonna continue to cheat and continue to have all these like things and try to like manipulate me to thinking that that's okay, and me to be stalking these other girls who have no, I feel like they're not in the wrong-ish, because I mean they are, but it's literally him.
So do you think people have like, how you say, like, they're not in a relationship, but do you think people who are not married have some kind of duty or moral obligation to respect somebody's marriage or to not play a part in the, because people do say don't sleep with married men, but in the same breath, people also be like, I didn't make any commitment, and they're right, they didn't make any vows, they're out here, and half the time, if the ring is off, how would you know? And that's when girls get too deep in it. They 3 months, 6 months in, a year in a relationship with a married man, and might not even know he's married, and then when you realize he is married, he's then manipulated you, just like he manipulated the wife, and now you in it, like the other girl. Crazy.
See? And stuff like that. I just think it's always the man's fault. Like, ain't no way. Even if the girl knew about the wife, even if, I feel like, that's snake and that's weird. Like, I would never do that. But if the girl knew about the wife and was like, well, he coming to me, he's making the decision to cheat on his wife. True. He is the one who's...
is breaking the commitment.
So it's like, she is just, hey.
She just having fun.
He got money, or because most of these... He's a first one's a baseball player, the other one is, who knows what he do. But
he got money off of being a married man and selling a drink. And then turn around and
have her looking crazy. So I feel like overall it's always like, if you're not doing the part as a man to be faithful, a simple thing as being faithful to your wife, or if you do want to do these things, have that conversation. If she don't want no parts in that, have a separation. It's simple as that. Like,
so, but what happens when like a guy cheats a husband, not a guy? What happens when your husband cheats and you stay and then he cheats again, and then you stay, and in his mind, it's like, she gonna stay, so I'm gonna keep doing me. Like, what Tamar mom say? Let that man cheat in peace. Like, if you're gonna stay, what do you think about that? Like, is there a point where it's like, if you accept it, if you like it, I love it, so I know she not gonna leave, or I know he not gonna leave, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing? Is that up to that person to have the respect and uphold the respect for the other person? And then how many times, like, well, let me let you answer that question first.
So you sitting there while your husband is out doing all this stuff, and you know he doing all this stuff, and you letting it be. It's either, if you are making it a big deal that he's cheating, and you know, and you're not leaving, or you're not like doing anything about it, if that must be the life you want. You want him to cheat, you want him to be out. So if that's the life you want, hey, more power to you. Some people. Do you think it's any certain? Because I kind of think of like Jada and Little Baby, how they're not married, but they're a popular culture couple in the black space. But he will cheat on her publicly and be with everybody named Mama. But then he'll come back, buy her some purses, take the son out, buy her a new car, buy her a house. If that's what somebody wants, then hey, that's the life for you. Personally, I don't think I could. I feel like I'm a very big person, and I said this plenty of times on the podcast. I'm a very big person on communication. If you're communicating to me, not saying me, because I'm not going for that, but if you're a communicative person and telling the person, like, this is what I want to do, this is how I feel, I don't feel like I could be like tied down. First of all, people who don't feel like they could be tied down should not be married. Number one, I feel like if you are tied down and your husband or whatever wants to do that, if you agree and it's okay with you, then it's not nobody's business. Yeah, y'all have that is another part of communication. Like, y'all communicated that. Yeah, but if you like know that don't go and they're still doing that and you're still with them, you're setting yourself up. If you don't like that, you're making yourself feel crazy. You gotta set the boundary. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. It's like when something's just repetitive and you know he out doing dirt and you know it's like nothing good he's never gonna stop. Why are you putting yourself through that? Unless you really like how Jada is, she just getting them purses, getting them bags. She know he got money, whatever. Her esteem is based in like material things. So as long as she's getting monetary gain, it's like, well, he come back to me at the end of the day, which is kind of sad. But okay, on the flip side, what if, like, say, God forbid, you experience infidelity in your marriage? Do you think, like, as somebody who takes vows to go through thick and thin, like, are you leaving off bad? Is your husband get like, okay, you cheat, we gonna take a break, we gonna talk about it, but we could work through it? Is there any circumstance where you would stay? Like, what do you think? I don't know, because like literally what I'm thinking of, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get my lick back. Like, I'm a communicative person. If it's going in a point where it's like, okay, I don't know, I feel like everything can be communicated, and if that's the case, let's take a break from this. We can both experience new things. Like, let's just whatever. But if it's like he out is being sneaky and lying, I feel like that's no trust. And it's like, why am I married to you? Yeah, we might as well be dating. Yeah, like, let's just dating other people. But other people as well. Like, exactly. You want to have fun? I love fun. Let's have some fun. Like, literally, you can have the most fun. Yeah. So I feel like that's the only, like, if we communicate that we're gonna take a little break. We love each other. Let's just take some breaks and like go experience some new things. Blah blah blah. that works, whatever. Like, if we're both at a mutual agreement, if that's the case. But if it's like, yeah, like being sneaky and lying, and I'm finding out through text or through, I can't even imagine somebody DMing me.
Imagine finding out through a dating app.
See, stuff like that.
Have you ready to kill somebody?
Like, are you nuts? Are you on a dating?
Because then it's just like a pure slap in the face, or like something crazy. That's why I'm like, how are these like to cheat publicly is like, it's very like
crazy.
It's crazy. It's just like very bold to me. And I'm a kind of person like, I don't know if it's because I've cheated before, like I've talked about it on a podcast, but I feel like if I'm married, like somebody have a slip up, they're only human. Like it's okay, we could work through it. But with my last one, you cheat on me once, I find out.
Yeah.
We could try to work through it, but if it happens more than once,
it's like
and it's a pattern at that point. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy. And I feel like if you're allowed, you might as well just allow it. You might as well be okay with it, you know?
Yeah, and I'm never like, I feel like it comes with a lot of self-value, and I feel like religion, especially, well, I can't speak on every religion, but Christianity teaches you to put God and God's word above all other. It's like God, your husband, yourself, then your children. But I just feel like people use that and bend that for their own will. And I feel like you have to have boundaries within yourself, because I don't know about y'all God, but my God would never want me to suffer.
Exactly.
Like, he wants me to be happy. He wants me to be full of life. And like, not everything will be right all the time, but to be with a serial cheater and that be your husband is just like, something is not adding up. Like, people make mistakes, but they don't make the same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I feel like mistakes are made and some stuff happens, but overall, I'm an open book. I feel like if someone wants to come to me for something like that, like, just tell me. Like, I don't ever want to be, I hate not knowing, I hate being blindsided, I hate looking stupid.
I used to come from the thinking though, I haven't really thought about it in a while, but I used to think like, okay, if you're gonna cheat, you need to do it in a way where I would never in this lifetime find out. I almost would prefer it like that, honestly.
Really?
Because I feel like
if I'm gonna find out, it's no way they can hide it so well that I won't find out. It's no way. Like, no way. I won't find out. So I don't want to.
The shit always comes out to light.
It do.
But I just feel like, because even with my ex, I feel like even before I caught him cheating, he's probably cheating before, but I feel like bro got a little too sloppy, and just, that's what they think. They try to program your mind to think a certain, like, boy knew I would never be on a dating app if I was in a relationship. And I feel like even with these couples, like, they learn you so well, so they learn like the way you move, and then they apply the way they move to that. Like, okay, if I live with her, if we're always together, how can I get around this? Like, you know. And then those are the kind of people who also project onto you, so now you're feeling insecure in yourself or in your relationship, like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do A, B, C, D, E to make this person happy, or maybe if I shrunk myself or changed myself in any way, he will do what I need him to do, when it's like, no, somebody's gonna do what they want to do. We have free will. If somebody wants to do something for you, they will. If somebody cares about you, they're gonna put the best foot forward and show you they care. But if somebody doesn't care, I feel like even if like you make a mistake like cheating or something, I feel like there's even a way to go about it when you cheat. Like, if that makes sense, like not being so blatant and disrespectful, like, I don't know. It's just like some people like having babies on people. That's like, it's crazy to me. That I would. It'd fuck you and that baby.
Yeah.
Like,
since we talked if you stick beside him,
I'm gonna stick beside him. So, no, I'm just
kidding.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah, no. I really feel like maybe once you can make a mistake once. You're human. I'm a very like empathetic person, sometimes to a fault. And it also depends on how you cheated. Like, maybe you have an affair for 20 years.
Yeah, that's
you and her could die.
Yeah.
But if it's like a simple slip up, we could work through it. We could go to marriage counseling. If you're willing to work through it and really get down to why you feel like you needed to cheat on the best thing that ever happened to you, like
exactly,
we could get through it.
Yeah.
But I just think it depends on how you do it.
Yeah, I just to bring it back, do you feel like, say if you had a conversation, or you have like, you're open to conversations to talk about that with your partner, and they still, I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like if I was open to having this conversation and you're like still out doing dirt on me,
so how would they know that you're open to the conversation? Would it be like you already having like some kind of feeling that it's going on, and then you bring it to the attention? Because I feel like usually some people, sometimes you be knowing, but sometimes it can come out of left field. Like it'd be like the greatest people be having whole secret lives.
Yeah.
Like how would they even know?
Like you're open to talking about it?
Yeah.
I guess that's something that you would talk to them about beforehand, like just like, oh, you know, like I don't know, I feel like that's just something, because like conversations will come up with me and Samara too, well, me and my husband, and it'll just be like we'll start talking about like, we'll see like a couple online or something, somebody like poly, and then I'll just tell them like, if I feel like that's not that bad. I don't think being in a poly relationship is like a bad thing. He's like completely against the poly relationship. Not saying I want to have a poly relationship, because I'm 1 for 1 right now, but like I'm not like, I feel like if somebody wants to, and we had this conversation too, I'm like, if a marriage is going away and somebody wants to like reach out to somebody else, like I feel like a conversation should be had, and like we could come to an agreement or understanding of like, oh, we both could take some time away, but could stay in the marriage, but still like venture off and then come back to each other is going
just
like,
mutual respect.
And I think I feel like as long as I'm respected and talked to and understand what's
not blindsided.
then I feel like that's something that could be worked out, or we could figure it out that way. But I feel like if you're not talking to me about it and not open to talking about like the way you're feeling, just like doing dirt and think you're gonna come apologize and it's gonna be okay, no.
I could definitely understand that. I feel like that the respect of coming to you and talking to you definitely plays like a huge role in it, and how you're going to proceed with it.
Exactly.
Because I feel like sometimes that could be like the most hurtful thing when it comes to dealing with cheating, the blindsidedness, and then now you have to reevaluate and try to decipher for yourself, because you can't even have an honest conversation anymore. Like what was real, what was honest, what was true, and what was just fake and lying and like a front. And now you're going through emotional turmoil in your own mind, trying to figure out like, where did you go wrong, or like how could you miss this, or like why couldn't they just come to you and talk to you if your understanding of the relationship was this closeness, this bond that y'all had, especially with marriage, like you literally become one. Like, so what was it that you felt like you were so afraid of sharing with me? So I feel like being blindsided and caught off guard, I feel like that could sometimes be even more hurtful than the act itself.
Exactly. So I feel like overall, if somebody's feeling some way, like let me know. If you're feeling like something's missed, and that's another thing, like people don't talk about certain stuff, like, oh, I've been feeling neglected, I've been feeling like this, I've been feeling like we don't talk as much, or I don't feel like we have like the same bond we used to, like stuff like that can be talked about. It's like, okay, what do you think we should work on, or what do you think we could, because I feel like most of the time when it's cheating, you're looking for something new, something different, and something like that you're not getting from your marriage. So it's like, why not talk about what you're not getting to fix it before it gets to a point where it's like,
so I'm cheating. I'm gonna play devil advocate. Okay. So what if like we're in a relationship and I want to talk to you about how I'm feeling, or about what's going on in our relationship, but every time I come to you and talk, you get very emotional, you start crying, you did this, or not, even if you're receptive to it, it's literally hurting you.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't have the emotional intelligence to take how, like, baby, you haven't been doing what you used to do. We haven't been really dating. We just come home and sit on the couch. It's not really fresh. Like, you know, like.
I don't know. I can't think because I'm not that type of person.
Yeah.
I do get emotional for certain things, and if it's seeming like, oh, it's not this, I don't get emotional about stuff that seems not the same. It'll be like, oh, okay, like, what do you want? Maybe we could like try to like, I don't know, like.
You're very receptive.
Yeah, I'm very much the type to be like, so what do you want to do to change that? Do you want to like go out more? We could like, I could try to spend more time with you. I could try to like, you know, like make things right or make things the same way, you know, instead of like just what I'm trying to be the blah, 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 like you're not appreciating. Yeah, I'm a very rational and logical person.
Good.
And I feel like I know in human nature, like we see pretty things. We like to see pretty things, and that's vice versa, man or woman. So if it's something like that, like cheating wise, like blah blah blah, I feel like no, like cheating is like no.
It's a no.
But if you are feeling like like 20 years down the line, like, hey, this is like getting stale, we're like, man, blah blah, then it's like we can take a break. I'll go do my thing.
And them older couples, they be having like a little boo on the side, a little boo on the side. We got our house together, we are best friends. Yeah. We might have some type of understanding. But maybe I need a little Antonio, a little boy. Look at him all fine.
And that's why it's like, at this moment, it's no, like, both sides, we know each other, and we don't, it's not any type of like, we're yearning for, we like, you know, we've been together for a long time, but it's not feeling like that. So I feel like, who knows what the future holds? Who knows if, like 20 years down the line, 40 years down the line, I'm like, I'm gonna need me a hot little boy.
Yeah.
What you got going? Or he like, hey, you know, this is what I'm feeling. I wanna blah blah. Then it's like, we could talk about that. We could figure it out, and we'll see. But overall, I don't know. I think logic is the best answer.
Yeah. A thing that I also was thinking about, I seen an interview with Gabrielle Union when she was talking about like her first marriage versus this marriage now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like she had the internet in an uproar a few weeks ago when she said she goes 50-50 with her husband.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, and everybody was confused. Like, girl, you were a basketball player. He makes a lot of money. He probably makes more money than you. Like, why are you going 50-50? But she also did an interview when she was talking about her previous husband and talking about how, due to her being the breadwinner, and him having a slip up before and cheating on her, once that happened, she was like, I'm making all the money, and you got the nerve to cheat on me? And she said from there, she had free range. She was doing what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
She said she's competitive, so she was like, you could cheat? I could cheat. I'll show you how a cheater do. And then she was talking about how she felt from seeing her mom and her dad, like her dad was the main provider.
Yeah.
And then she grew up to be the main provider, and she just had a feeling like, if I'm paying the bills, I'm buying the cars, keeping the lights on, I have free range to do what I want because I'm basically like the leader of this family. So, do you think that, not because I already know you're not going to think because somebody makes money, they have a right to cheat.
Yeah.
But do you think that that can play a role in like the power dynamics, or do you like have not any empathy, but do you maybe could see why somebody would stay? Or what do you think about just being financially dependent on your partner within a marriage? Especially some people thinking the man is supposed to handle the finances and the woman may be supposed to handle the house or other duties, like, or maybe some people are not good with money and they leave the wife or the husband, and or naturally like, I just might be making more money than my husband, and it's just like,
I think that definitely could play a role. I think that if somebody is like getting spoiled with diamonds and riches, and this man is taking care of you, but he out doing dirt, and you like know about it, and you okay? Hey, get that money, girl. Like, you could stay. You could. I mean, that's what I say. It's up to the person. But if you out here feeling some type of way, and you feel uncomfortable with all the things that they're doing all the time, and it's like making you insecure, making you not love yourself, then that's the issue. But if you feel like you don't care, and if they out doing whatever, you get in the bag, and you enjoying life, being spoiled, and I don't know, some things like that, like say if somebody, like if you or me or whoever would get married to like somebody like an older man, and he spoil you, you don't really care about him. That's the thing. It's like, if you don't really care, then don't care. Enjoy life.
But what happens when you care, but you can't literally leave the marriage because you didn't spend 20 years in a marriage, you a stay-at-home wife, your man is out paying all the bills, but he also be out at 3 o'clock talking about, I'm working late, but you have no formal education, or you might have education, but you don't have work experience for the last 10 years, 20 years. You know it. We'll go in an interview and they'll be grilling you about a 3-year gap.
Yeah.
So imagine a 20-year gap or any significant time. Like, what happens when you are literally financially dependent on your partner?
I think, girl, you better get you a secret boo or something. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's the only way. If I'm really like, dang, I'm financially stable, and he just out cheating on me every night, and then thinking he could just come back. Like, I feel like humans are more valuable than money, than all of that riches anyway. So if you feel like, okay, this is what you have to do to stay like afloat, girl, go find you somebody, a little hottie,
a little side bae.
Oh yeah, and go do what you gotta do. Like, and then I feel like everybody should just enjoy life. If you're miserable, stuck, and just trying to like, oh, I'm stuck in this fine, he's paying for everything, he's taking care of me, and I can't leave because he is out cheating, and I'm just like miserable at home, and he comes to me, and I still like, I don't know, stand up. I feel like no matter what, like, tell him you want to start a business with his money, start your business, like,
boss up, baby.
Boss up, yeah, like, I feel like that would be a sign of like, okay, let me get my stuff together. I'm about to start a business. I'm about to figure it out, and after that.
And I think it's a little different. Thank God we are in a time we in, because I think it would be very different if we were like in the 50s or the 60s, where we literally could not get a job, or even as Black women, it's like even harder for us to get a job. That's why I kind of understand why like maybe older generations would have stuck around, but then they taught their daughters to do that. And then it's just like, girl, we in 2023, you do not have to do this. Like, go get on Tinder and swipe right. Like,
as easy as that. Go find you a little boo. Simple as that. So I feel like, nowadays it's not really no need to really like, it's not a need to be financially dependent on, because it's like so many ways, like start yourself, like, I don't know, it's just like kind of like
pick yourself up and try again.
Yeah, because I feel like when you get like that, it really like diminishes your character. You feel insecure. You start thinking like, dang, this is all I could do. Like, this is my life forever. Like, I'm stuck. He's gonna be doing this forever. And even if you think about it, one minute, if he having all these side chicks, one minute he could be like, I want to marry her. Divorce you.
Or let him bring some disease to you. Like, imagine
That's what I was thinking.
Like, imagine being married. Like, if I'm in a serious relationship, I'm not using protection. So imagine being married and you just feeling so comfortable with this person, and then you go to the doctor and your coochie burning. Like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like you're trying to kill me.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like that's
that's a direct attack on me. Yeah, like
no. So like stuff like that is crazy, and I feel like literally you're never really stable or secure. So why not figure it out for yourself? Enjoy life.
You can really do that all by yourself.
Exactly. So money is not ever a reason to stay and put yourself through misery if you don't feel comfortable.
And that shows you what you're placing your value in. And you should switch your values. Okay, before we end on this topic, I got one more question. Okay, say you married, you happy, your partner communicate like, okay, like the spark hasn't been the same, or we've been having ongoing issues, like I did not want to cheat on you. I wanted to come to you and tell you how I was feeling.
Yeah.
Like, and y'all both agreed to like take a little break. Like, let's take 3 months. Let's take 6 months off. He come back. Y'all realize like you in love. Like you never like y'all come back. Y'all go to marriage counseling. 2 months later, Shaquita down the block. I'm pregnant. You didn't work. You didn't did the work. You got kids with him already. Shaquita down the block.
Nightmare.
Wake up!
Please, no.
Like now Shaquita, like it's kind of giving insecure. I still don't care for that. I mean, Kandula.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what if like a situation like that happens and you are adamant this is your soulmate, this is the love of your life, y'all didn't work through your issues, but now little Aiden come.
My stomach hurt thinking about that. I can't
What
even.
are you doing?
I don't know. I would be like, go take care of that. Just go take care of that kid. No, I'm okay. I don't want this.
Yeah.
I feel like after that, it's like, okay, I appreciated you, but now look what you did.
Yeah. Look what you've done.
Like, why weren't you being more
Careful.
Yeah, I feel like that's just another way he don't love himself. That just shows like, oh, you wanted to be getting
You was
someone
having a
person
break
pregnant.
you took a break. You took a break from self-control, self-respect.
Yeah, so it's like, no, I'm okay. I mean, like I said, like
but things happen. Condoms break. Anything can happen.
That was like, I don't know, like, and that's I'm not in a situation, so I can't even think of what I would do. But I just like that. Thinking about something like that will make me so sick. Like
I feel like the Mr. Krabs meme. Like like what is going on?
I'm confused. I feel like I would just be like, please, like this is a nightmare. I don't wanna partake.
I honestly, I don't know if it's petty.
Yeah, what would you do? Like
I feel like the only way that could work if the mom died. I'm not gonna kill her.
Yeah.
I like. If something just sad and tragic happened and that kid needed a home, but like, like, I don't love him that much, Savannah. Like, I just can't, like, it would be different, but it's just like, I don't want to play house with you and this woman. I don't want to hear no phone call. And I know I'm a person, I can hold resentment. Like, I'm a person who can hold resentment, and I would hate to be looking at your child like that.
Yeah.
And if I really love you, and especially if we share our own kids, that's going to be my my child's sibling. So I just feel like, I don't know, we just can't be one happy family. I don't like that. Like, I like my partner to be my partner. Yeah. And I feel like you would just have to share a little bit too much with a kid that's not related to me. I know it sounds petty. And then you would have to, because I don't want you to be a good father.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want you to be the reason why you can't see your kid, why you get in an argument with your baby mama. But I just would not want no parts in that shit.
That sounds, that sounds sick.
Like, kids get stepped on. Ooh. Forget you and Aiden. Y'all could even go start a happy family, because like, the feeling I feel like both of us feel is, I look in the mirror and I see so much value in myself. Yeah. And my godmom always taught me, like, girl, you better take care of business first, because a man, no matter how old you are, there's always going to be men around. Yeah. Like, you're an attractive young lady, you're a smart young lady. Like, even on my worst day, like, when you be at the grocery store just dressed down, like, looking busted, there's still men that come up to me, and my like purpose is not like just purely validated by men. Yeah. But I'll be damned if I stick around and look like a fool. I don't want to raise your little break baby.
Yeah, that's like so. I don't know. And even the way I feel about kids, you know how I feel about kids anyway. So that it'll really be like.
I feel like I would look at that kid and see that mistake, like see it as a mistake, and that's not fair to that kid. Like to have that kind of energy on it. Like, but I know me. And I would just be looking at that kid like, you might look like your mama. Like,
to be honest, for me, it would not be anything about the kid. I would have so much resentment to that man.
It'd be a man and a kid and a wife. Like,
no,
all y'all can go in the trash.
I feel like, and that's the thing, like, about with me, I just feel like it's always the man. And it's like, the kid, I don't know, I wouldn't look at the kid as, I'll be like, I wouldn't look at the wife at anything. We had a break. She was, living life. And he is the one who didn't keep boundaries, didn't, like,
have respect for his partner.
Yeah, he obviously was doing that. And then, you're obviously, unless you're like, know the person's on birth control, know you are wrapping it up and playing safe and like completely safe. And even if it was an accident and it broke, it's like, I don't know, I just still feel like you was doing too much.
Yeah. Because for you to even get that far, and baby, if it broke, you better go get that plan B.
Yeah.
That plan C, that plan D.
I feel like it should be you should have, that's a communication coming. If you're on a break, whoever you're on a break with should know. Like, it's not going to be more than what it is. This is what it is. We having fun. We living life, blah, blah, blah. But that's like me. Oh, I'm with this person. He got me pregnant, but I'm like, hey, let's get back together. I'm pregnant, but
close the door in your face, like.
That's the thing. It's like, I feel like most people need to reverse the roles. How would you feel if I'm pregnant by this dude, but I want you back? Like, I'm like, let's make these work.
Some people, I feel like if somebody, but then I'm like, if somebody really loves you, they go take care of you and they get. But I can't even do that. Look what I just said.
Yeah.
Forget you, forget that kid.
I would never even like if that was to happen. I would never even be like, I want you. I want to.
I was like, I would have fucked up. I would have lost my family.
Like I would just be like, freak.
Cause that's my mistake, not yours.
Yeah.
Like I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Or whoever. That's the mistake that whoever made. They gotta bear the consequences that come with that mistake.
Yeah. Like.
And I just feel like.
That's just so careless. I just feel like it's careless. Like, if I'm letting homeboy shoot up the club, then, and I'm coming to you like, hey.
And it's like, that's, even with that's an intimacy that you don't just let anybody shoot up the club, you know?
Like,
and if you were giving that intimacy to just anybody, especially if you're just on a 3-month, 6-month break, the break over 6 months, y'all broken up.
Yeah.
Like, but if it's like an understanding before that, like the 30, 60, 90 day policy, like if we're married for however many years and we've been together, how you just give me back like that?
Yeah.
Like how you just, cause you're smart enough to know better.
Exactly.
So I just feel like with marriage, like even though you become one, I think it's very important to keep the boundaries you have for yourself and to like not get too lost in marriage, like rather it be for your kids, because a lot of people say they stay for their kids, but that be hurting the kids more, because the kids after a certain age they looking at you and they're like, why y'all even like each other? And then now your kids gonna grow up and be with somebody that they might not even like, or stay in a relationship longer for whatever reason because they've seen their parents do that. So I feel like it's all about having like respect for yourself, respect for your partner, and just knowing when enough is enough. Because I don't think marriage is like I would love my marriage to last forever. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't wish for a divorce for myself or anything. And like I said, I would probably, if you make a mistake, once, okay. But if it's an ongoing thing, I don't even know you. So hey. And I could go find somebody else, but I think it's all about setting boundaries, sticking to them, and not getting lost in the sauce. Like
exactly. And I feel like that's the issue. A lot of people get like caught up with, ooh, this person's giving me attention, this person's telling me this person's telling me that,
and it's
and it's like, are you really like okay with that? Like, would you be okay? My whole thing is, would you be okay with the person doing that to you?
Yeah.
Would you be fine with it? Would you not care? Well, like, I don't know. It's just like more of a, I don't know. It's a respect thing. It's a boundary thing. I feel like that's the whole key. It's just keeping boundaries and keeping respect.
And I always
think and your partner. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
I be thinking like, what? Because I do want kids, so I would be thinking like, if I were to allow that to happen and I had a daughter, like, would I want my daughter to see that? Because that's going to be a cycle that continues. But I want my son to see that and then he go do that to somebody else. Like, I'm all about breaking cycles and like being the person, like showing up for yourself and being that person you idealize. Like, you can't want all this and not hold yourself to a certain standard. So just having, like we said, self-respect and like just treating people the way you want to be treated too. And not losing yourself in a marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
A marriage is supposed to make you happy. Love is supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to, it's not always easy, but it shouldn't always be hard either.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And I feel like we touched on some really good topics. Overall, y'all, self-respect. Make sure your partner have respect for you and make sure you respect to yourself and not get in the air, like you said, lost in the sauce. Like some people get lost and some people get caught up in certain things, and it's like, I don't know, keep respect and don't let these people play you. And if you're feeling uncomfortable and insecure, if somebody's making you insecure, you make sure you know who you are. Simple as that. Like, know who you are so you won't have to feel like that, you know?
Yes, know who you are. We just talked about that with Tyler, the Creator. That's inspiring. Knowing who you are will take you a long way in life.
It will, and really being true to yourself. Because some people, try to like really play you and really try to make you seem like you're not worth it all.
And when you have boundaries for yourself, nobody can really play you, because sometimes it's like you be thinking somebody else is playing you, but you're really playing yourself.
Exactly.
Because you like, you have intuition, you know when something don't feel right, and you just go for it because it's like, I want love, I want validation, I want this man, but you don't need to be picked, you do the choosing.
Exactly.
Like,
period. Gold.
So that wraps up that segment. We're going to move on to the music segment. Music. We're going to make this part quick. Have you been listening to anything this week new or old? What's been on your playlist this week?
Recently visited what you said, Summer Walker's album. It was so good. I was like, okay, she was right.
Do you have a favorite song on there?
I have to, because when I listened to it, I was like doing other stuff. I just had it playing. I didn't look at the names. I was just like vibing to it while I was like doing other things. But it was good. I'm gonna look and see which one is my favorite, then like give it to y'all. But overall, love the album. I still revisit like Tyler, the Creator. I'm gonna listen to him like all day. I love Tyler, the Creator. I kind of took a break off of Frank Ocean because he made me mad with that whole Coachella thing.
Franklin.
Yeah, so I've been kind of like, I still listen to some like the songs in the playlist, but overall it's like because he really stressed me out with that. But overall, that's what I've been listening to. Nothing really new. How about you?
I feel like I've been listening to a lot of Tyler, the Creator lately. Like, it's been giving me the vibes that I need. It's been carrying me through my day. I'll be looking at these people at work like, boy, you know who I am? Like, I love his latest album. It came out last year. I forget what it's called. But it's amazing. It's
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost. If y'all have not listened to that, because I had listened to it when it first came out, but I really listened to it. Like, I was literally listening to Wilshire.
Such a good song.
I was so deep in it. People were trying to talk to me. I'm like, hold on, I gotta see what happened next in the story. Like,
and that's what I love, a song with a good story.
Yes, that story that was taking me through so many emotions. If y'all have not heard Wilshire by Tyler, the Creator, go listen to that.
Yes.
It's crazy. That whole album, it go crazy. Like, Tyler never disappoints. He's always coming with something innovative, something creative, and something fun.
Period.
So I just love him for that. Besides that, I've been listening to, like, the song of the day for me today is Whitney Houston. That's alright. That's okay.
Okay.
You know, I'm not with you, but I tried. She didn't recognize the song for me. But yes.
Let me hear it.
But yes, I've been like playing my old school R&B and then listen to Tyler the Creator. So a little balance, a little sadness, but a lot of confidence.
Period.
And I love my music to make me feel confident.
Yes. I do too.
Yes. And our last segment will be Black Business of the Week.
Yes.
And this week we're gonna shout out the Black Flea Market.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
About it at the top of the show.
Black Market Flea.
Yeah.
You gotta get it right. But y'all, if y'all in LA and if y'all black, and if y'all other stuff too, y'all can go see it. But y'all just gotta make sure y'all looking on the website because y'all gotta pay a little extra to be a part of the culture.
Yeah.
Nah, but overall, if y'all like, just go and experience this. It's like magic. It's like positive vibes. It's no weirdness. Everybody's just cool, relaxed, chill, having a good time. It definitely is overall a very wonderful vibe.
They got all kind of black businesses.
Yeah.
From carpets and stuff for your house, to clothing,
to food,
gardening. Anything you could think of, you know, we creative over here. Black people, we always working up something from our hands and creativity. So if y'all are interested in creatives and supporting local businesses and supporting people who look like me and look like her and women and men and non-binaries, it's such an accepting place. It's so easy to feel at home. So their Instagram is Black Market Flea.
And we're gonna tag them below.
Yes, I believe they do it once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Yes, once a month. I think usually on like the last Saturday of the month. Yes, the tickets are pretty affordable. They be having artists, like she said at the top of the show.
Sir was there. Period.
Like, how could you not?
A $15 Sir concert. Come on.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Yes, but
yeah, that's our Black Business of the Week. So we're wrapping this thing up. We're thankful you guys are listening, tuning in, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything.
Yes, and stream wherever y'all get y'all podcasts.
Yes.
Yes, this has been New Girls on the Block.
Yes.